It's time to start the losers final. It's all kicking off here at the Alienware Arena. Take it away, gents.
Well, there won't be one loser at the end of today, but there will be also a winner going through to the grand final. So they're wanting to see whether or not they can get themselves a clean victory.
This could get rather interesting. Already a 3-cap coming around from the Action X, looking to put in some some power really behind their position. Yeah, well, you're saying that it's the Panthers in the bad spot. Look at the Action X absolutely being farmed by Bales right now, but the collapse of the 260 TPs is going to be rather dangerous. First kill as well already goes out. Critical is out of the games. Bales is the next one finished. Okay, well, with God Mode about to fall as well, it's down to Twit and JS. JS is quite low on HP, so he has to start.
It's got to get a shot into Donga.
Yeah, he needs to get that running. Oh boy, yeah, that actually lands. Oh, that's perfect actually right now. Panthers just turned things around very, very rapidly, and all of a sudden, Dongalord is in a whole lot of problem. What looked like a round and a half second bounce as well.
And this is the issue I have with the 60 TP. It's not really going to be able to give you that consistency. Panthers pull off the comeback.
With Panthers now trying to figure out where they want to go, that position where Donga is actually starts paying dividends. And from here on out, oh boy, a bit of an overextension from Rowendy.
All 4 shots straight back into the T57 heavy of Trax. And Trax is a very dead man indeed. Bales with that final shot is going to opt to finish off Trax.
Oh, that's another kill as well, but it's not enough to reset. Ravi needs to go. No, Ravi gets shot down. Only 2 seconds. That's it. That's the round. That's the second point. Albeit at least he still gets to stay alive. Trax as well now joins onto the fight. JS cops a very, very hefty amount of damage. And now all the reinforced positions should be still very workable. But once again, Dongalord is now isolated. Now he needs to find some help, or he needs to stay alive for as long as possible. He now has to basically fill the shoes of what, well, not Trax, but Rowendy would have been, filling in his position.
Into the IS-4, does get the pen, but that is a wooden spoon prize, if anything, and Twit will claim the first blood for this round as well. I just don't see the world where this is going to go well for Action X at all. They have been comprehensively picked apart by the Panthers. Crushing defeat for Action X here on Himmelsdorf. Got to go now, the Panthers.
There's the collapse. They need to receive. They need to receive here. And
go for Lightning Man.
Yeah, go for Lightning Man. Go
push out.
Or even him or Rowendy really here, because Lightning Man would still be quite a heavy chunk of HP to really work with. In comes the rotation from Dongalord to join up as well. Perfect mobility there to play through.
I like that they've slowed it down though. I really like that they've slowed this one down. They've pushed Action X off of the cap, and now the onus is back on Action X to make the move.
This is the push. Rowendy is the first one to be collapsed upon, but Bales already takes a lot of damage. Twit pushes through as well. There's the crossfire between Twit and God Mode as well, and the first kill goes to Action X.
Yeah, but once again, the trade is actually not too bad for the Panthers, even though they've found themselves in an awkward spot. Twit here can get that killing blow onto Lightning Man. Absolutely needs to with this next shot. Brings it back to 4-on-4. And if you're just watching the HP right now, it's actually fairly even though the Panthers were at such a deficit. God Mode, 3k damage in that E100. Really doing his job well.
Yeah, there's certainly possibilities. That shot lands onto Rowendy. That's not ideal either. But right now, Trax puts in the damage. There's the shot. Critical needs to be finished. JS needs to get the kill as well, and he does.
Now he's just got to run. I think he's just got to run at this point and hope that Crit can get himself another reset or two, because if it comes down to the cap, Action X are really going to...
Oh, no!
JS even slides another shot through on his way out, and now he has escaped. The 60 TP will not be able to catch him if Critical finishes off Dongalord. I mean, I don't even think it matters at this point. 10 seconds left to go. JS, the sole survivor for the Panthers. The 60 TP, I don't think will make it. And on the defense, the Panthers will survive. It's 4-0. JS, the hero. And through to the grand final, the Perth Panthers make it look easy.
It's grand finals time here at Split 1. We're off to Tundra.
Let's jump into it. The South Sydney Scorpions and the Perth Panthers have battled all season long to make it to this position. And what an interesting position it is.
I mean, driving forward.
I really want to see what Bales and Russian are going to get involved in right here, because Russian's actually quite far forward in that E5. And JT is eating a lot of damage in that 60 TP. Now he's down to a one-shot unless the IS-7 low rolls, which it does. He's still full HP in that E5, but he is so out of this fight that he is completely irrelevant at this point in time. Panthers are doing a good job of picking apart the pieces of the puzzle down south. Ooh. And there's another great cross shot coming through from God Mode. Aussie a one-shot Twit from behind. This should be an easy cleanup, and Russian is the sole survivor. And in this game, if you're not familiar with it, there is no such thing as a 1v4. Damage there onto Twit across the bridge, and he's going to even make that cross himself, which is a ballsy play.
That's a good
but
play.
I think you have to take some risks at this point as the Scorpions, and ultimately they're just going to have to dump over and try to take the fight, but this is definitely looking like a fight from behind. Currently 5 guns firing versus 4 guns firing. The Scorpions have done a great job of just bouncing that aggro around and making sure they've got all of their tanks available, but surely...
This is looking very, very dire here. Surely.
Crit's dead.
Crit's dead, but now it's still up to Bales. Now it's still up to Twit and God Mode.
Little bit of a low roll in the end there from Knight. Can't get the better of Bales, but even still, both the shots going through from Twit and God Mode gives the time for the Scorpions players to peak. Knight finishes off one more. It's now a 2-on-2. Still in the hands of the Panthers, but the Scorpions should never have got it this close. Good shots coming through here from Knight, but he is a dead man. Twit is behind him. This shot won't miss, and the Panthers secure the 2-0.
Indeed, indeed. Look, we are looking at a pretty interesting turnout here for Scorpions. What was originally theory crafted that, you know, City would be the big sort of foothold for the attacking side to really use, only now actually gets to come around. Not at all, yeah. This is all of a sudden turned into an absolute nightmare here for Scorpions. They wanted to isolate the crit as fast as possible. Finally, the damage is actually starting to flow in. Now, yeah, the tracking damage and all of that is starting to come through. But already, yeah, that's the first kill. Bales is taking one. Aussie does get the better of Critical, but already the damage has been done. And
see, this is looking phenomenal from the Panthers on the stage here at Fortress Sydney.
Oh, it's absolutely great to see. I mean, what is it now? Already about to be the 7th point in a row that they are scoring for themselves. Panthers looking absolutely phenomenal right now. And Scorpions, look, this was their perfect setup so far for, to grab themselves finally that first place. The storyline, that curse of the 2nd place to be broken. But all of a sudden, Panthers are just absolutely supercharged right now.
Russian in a 1v3. He's on the attack, so he doesn't even have the benefit of the timer working in his favor. I just don't see this one being winnable.
Not at all.
You're not even in the tank that would necessarily facilitate it. I mean, we talk about Super Conks being really good. Late in the game, you want your Super Conk to be alive because it's a high DPM tank. It's, you know, great in the clutches, but it's not a mobile tank. So if it's the only tank that's left, it's probably not the one. If it's 1 of 2 or 1 of 3 later in the game, that's where you can really start to see some value for it. But, I mean, Russian's not going to spot these tanks before they get shots off at him, so it's pretty much done. This is going to be 3-0 for the Panthers.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the position there is still perfect. They got the upper ground. They got the high ground, as a matter of fact. And, well, with Twit as well putting out some damage from the position that he is in around the F7 as well, this is going to be a pretty decent setup for the crossfire, even if the Scorpions decide to repush.
God Mode and JS might even have to just sack that cap pressure, come off to try to take that fight, but ultimately this crossfire is way too good for the Scorpions.
Absolutely, though already some frags starting to flow. Russian is next, possibly on the chopping block, but I say that it's JS completely isolated. Panthers are falling apart. It's all down to Twit and God Mode, and Twit even falls. It's all down to God Mode. Scorpions are bringing it back. Scon as well, having the position that he's in, as well as that the module damage could be rather crucial. Bales, yeah, that's a bit of a Hail Mary play.
Honestly, I think he's a little bit lucky to get away with only having eaten 1 shell there. That said, he's been able to get 2 shots in for free. JT is getting collapsed upon by Critical, by God Mode. JS is there
as well.
Where is the rest of the Scorpions roster? JT is high and dry. There's no one there to help him out. This is not good for the Scorpions.
As well as Bales in a CS63, sending even more shots downrange.
Yeah, it's just fallen apart for the Scorpions right here. I mean, look, HP deficit is one thing, but being down 3 tanks as well is absolutely another. They are letting us wait, letting it simmer.
Let them cook.
Letting Russian pick up a couple of extra fantasy points, but that is 4 on the board for the Panthers. Don said he wins the race for the Panthers. They've been able to do it before against Scorpions on this map, and they can definitely do it again. And
this could be, once again, a very, very interesting story with the Stridsvan being there, the S-Kong being there, and one of the Panthers players.
So far, the Super Conqueror of Critical is the focus of fire. It's not a bad decision. He's down to 700 HP, but Twit now using his tank as a bit of a buffer to save Critical's HP to see if he can maybe get one more shot through. But it's great focus from Scorpions. Knight down, Super Conqueror on basically full HP is still a very, very dangerous prospect.
There's the play that we were expecting to see. The Stridsvan 103B coming out huge here for Russian as Scorpions reclaim the momentum. The 4K advantage here in HP, completely shutting it all down, just like it was back in the regular season, Jordan. It's Panthers that are falling apart. Sentinels, they just get to watch this.
Raspberry has bled so much damage here that his position is a little bit dire, and it's something that the Panthers are already, as you can see, starting to look to try to dig out. JT is screaming at his Super Conquerors. He's saying, push, push with me, I'm tanking. He in that mouse is able to soak up so much damage, but Bales gets around the corner alive. God Mode, the focus of fire. Knight goes down first. Raspberry will be soon to follow. God Mode, the only one in danger territory for the Panthers right now. Numbers are even, but HP is not. The Scorpions are slowly but surely losing this fight. They take out Bales before he can get another clip off, and that might well be the difference maker for the Scorpions. They've got to keep JT alive. They've got to keep Aussie alive and use Russian's HP. JS 2.2k could still be the hero here for the Panthers on Himmelsdorf yet again.
Yeah, but you still have a fairly alive Russian. Jordan, JS, unfortunately, all left on his lonesome against 3 guns surrounding him. Crossfire is still in full effect. 1 shot remaining, and Scorpions will be taking the first round of Himmelsdorf.
The Panthers, they are not prepared to let this one slip so easily. Every single round now feels like it is on a tenterhooks. It is just ready to tip one way or the other.
This could get deadly. JT will be the driving force here for Scorpions and needs to stay alive.
He's the bait right now. They're baiting for Russian, who's going to come around that corner, give away his position. Free shot there into Bales, looking for an angle into Critical, but tough shots to pen.
Down a gun indeed, but they are about to collapse onto the IS-4 of Raspberry, but Knight is there to back him up. Aussie needs to make sure that he wins his gunfight. Was before only 200 HP down. Now it's back to that difference, but it's Russian about to finish the reload.
Going to be able to dictate how this game plays out as it starts to whittle away.
There's another one.
Reloaded. JS down to a 1-shot. Maybe he even leaves it to Aussie, who bounces the shell. Now Russian needs one more, but it won't matter. Never mind. And it's down to the final 2 for the Panthers. God Mode and Critical. They will not get this done in a 5-on-2. The Scorpions will not be denied the tiebreaker as the crowd starts to swell and the Panthers start to falter. Is this the fairy tale finish for the Scorpions?
Might just be the case. Jordan, there's the one. Sydney, we are getting the tiebreaker.
Well, it's time for the tiebreaker. It's time for Sand River, and we kick off with the Scorpions on defense. You could not write a better script for them to walk away as the victors of Split 1.
The position that JT is in is actually quite perfect here because his turret will be impenetrable. Raspberry all of a sudden got spotted. There's the early damage coming into JS.
Yeah, I mean, there's no world where JS and God Mode in 2 IS-7s beat a Super Conqueror and an IS-7, particularly when one of them is below half HP. Just look at how these trades are going so favorably for the Scorpions. It is a massive turn from what we saw earlier on in this series.
Things are starting to compound.
It is just a matter of time before the Scorpions pull the trigger. They are waiting. They're trying to get a little bit more bleed damage out.
Do we get to see the response though? This is big. Critical been taken to just about 1 shot as well. JS 900. God Mode will be the big player here right now for Panthers. For Scorpions, they all down to the last remaining bits of HP.
Critical up over the top, draws first blood. It's Knight out of the picture. Maybe the fairy tale turns to a nightmare, but JT slides one through onto JS, keeps it in the back pocket. Bales is going to send it over onto Russian, finish him off.
Not at all. Yeah, they need to make sure to nail all the shots. Scorpion still might just be in the running here, but no, JT is about to be finished off.
It is not over yet. If Raspberry can finish off one more tank before he goes down, and if Aussie survives, that timer ticking away, 1 minute, almost sub 1 minute.
But at the moment, nothing's coming through. 38 seconds. Aussie needs to make it work.
Yeah, Raspberry down, and it's Aussie to survive for 30 seconds now. He's wasting shells into God mode. Every single tank now on one shot. Aussie needs to finish them off. Coats the shot. 20 seconds left. It's the Panthers. The Panthers, they're going to walk away with the victory. God mode will finish 5-4 for the Panthers. They'll walk away as the champions of ANZPL Split 1 2023.